Have you ever felt your world crumble when something you deeply desired slipped away from your grasp? When success seems to mock your efforts, and your heart questions the very purpose of your struggle? Welcome to GitaSahasram. Meet Meera, a dedicated software engineer in modern Mumbai, whose heart carried the weight of unfulfilled dreams. Her apartment walls were adorned with certificates and achievements, yet her soul felt empty. For 3 years, Meera poured her soul into every project, every deadline, every challenge. She stayed late, worked weekends, and sacrificed personal time, all for that one promotion that would validate her worth. The announcement came on a Tuesday morning. The promotion she deserved, the recognition she craved, the success she had worked so hard for all went to someone else. Her world shattered like a crystal struck by lightning. That night, Meera sat in her small apartment, tears flowing like the sacred Ganga, questioning her worth, her efforts, her very existence. The mirror reflected not just her face, but years of unfulfilled expectations. In her darkest moment, she remembered her grandmother's words about Lord Krishna's teaching to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Beta, attachment to results is the root of all suffering, her grandmother had said. She opened the sacred Bhagavad Gita, her fingers trembling as she read Krishna's immortal words. Karmanye vadikriste ma phaleshu kadachna, you have the right to perform your duty, but never to the fruits of action. Just as Bhima, the mighty warrior, found his strength not in his powerful arms but in his unwavering devotion to Dharma, Meera began to understand. Bhima fought not for victory but for righteousness itself. Bhima's true power lay not in his physical strength of 10,000 elephants, but in his ability to act without ego, to serve without expectation, to fight without attachment to victory or defeat. Like Bhima, who instinctively aligned with Krishna's teachings, Meera slowly began to see her work differently. The promotion was never the goal. The growth, the learning, the service, these were the true fruits of her labor. She remembered how Bhima protected his brothers not for glory, but from love. How he served Draupadi not for reward, but from devotion. His strength came from surrendering his ego to a higher purpose. The next morning, Meera returned to work with a different heart. She began to see her colleagues not as competitors, but as fellow travelers on the path of Dharma. Her work became worship, her effort became offering. Like Bhima, who found joy in righteous action itself, Meera discovered that excellence was its own reward. She coded not for appraisal, but for perfection. She collaborated not for credit, but for collective success. Just as Bhima's fearless devotion inspired others, Meera's transformation began to touch her teammates. They noticed her calm presence, her selfless help, her unwavering commitment to doing what was right. Months passed. Meera's work became a meditation, her office a temple, her service an offering to the divine. She had found what Bhima knew, that true strength comes from detachment, not attachment. When challenges arose, instead of anxiety, she felt Bhima's courage. When deadlines pressed, instead of stress, she found Krishna's guidance. Her ego dissolved like morning mist before the sun of wisdom. She began to teach others what she had learned. Work is worship, she would say. Success is not in getting what we want, but in wanting what we get. Detachment is not indifference, but freedom. Like Bhima, who served without seeking recognition, Meera found that her selfless work naturally attracted opportunities. But now, She received them with gratitude, not attachment. When the next promotion came, Meera felt only gratitude, not attachment. She had found something far greater than success. She had found peace. Her journey from attachment to detachment was complete. Just as Bhima's strength protected the innocent, Meera's transformation protected her from the suffering of unfulfilled desires. She had learned to work without working, to achieve without achieving. Her apartment, once filled with the weight of expectations, now resonated with the lightness of surrender. The same walls that witnessed her tears now echoed with the music of contentment. Friends and family noticed the change. Where once there was anxiety, now there was calm. Where once there was competition, now there was compassion. Where once there was ego, now there was humility. She understood what Krishna meant when he said that the truly wise are those who see action in inaction and inaction in action. Her work became effortless, her effort became worship. Like Bhima, who found his identity not in his achievements but in his dharma, Meera discovered that her worth was not in her position but in her purpose, to serve, to grow, to love. Years later, when young employees came to her with their struggles, she would share the wisdom of Bhima and Krishna. Attachment brings suffering, she would say, but detachment brings freedom. Her story became a beacon for others walking the same path. From the depths of disappointment to the heights of detachment, from the prison of ego to the freedom of surrender. The promotion that once seemed like the end of the world became the beginning of a new one. A world where success was measured not by external recognition but by internal peace. In the silence of her heart, she could hear Bhima's strength whispering, "True power lies not in getting what you want, but in wanting what you get. True victory is over your own attachments." Dear souls, like Bhima's unshakable faith and Meera's courageous journey, we too can find freedom in detachment. Work becomes worship when ego dissolves in the ocean of divine love. Remember, every disappointment is divine appointment. Every setback is a setup for spiritual growth. Every attachment broken is a step toward liberation. The path of Nishkama Karma is not about doing less, but about being more. Not about caring less, but about loving more. Not about achieving less, but about surrendering more. May you find the strength of Bhima to act without attachment, the wisdom of Krishna to see beyond results, and the peace of Meera to transform every challenge into spiritual growth. In your workplace, in your relationships, in your daily life, remember that you are not the doer but the instrument. Let the divine work through you, and find peace in that surrender. The journey from attachment to detachment is not a journey away from life, but deeper into it. It is not about doing nothing, but about doing everything with divine consciousness. When you face your own moments of disappointment, remember Meera's transformation. When you struggle with attachment, remember Bhima's strength. When you seek guidance, remember Krishna's wisdom. Let this story not just inspire you, but transform you. From seeking success to finding peace, from attachment to detachment, from ego to surrender, this is the path of eternal bliss. May the divine light that guided Meera guide you too. May the strength that empowered Bhima empower you too. May the wisdom that liberated Arjuna liberate you too. In the sacred text of your own life, write the chapter of detachment. In the battlefield of your own mind, choose the path of surrender. In the temple of your own heart, worship through selfless action. This is not the end of our story, but the beginning of your journey. Take these teachings, apply them, live them, and become the lighthouse that guides others from attachment to freedom. Hare Krishna.